but pretty close.
It's a mold. It's mold.
Type of fungus, right?
No, fungus is fruits. Mold doesn't fruit.
Oh, wait. Oh, you
Stacy,
skipped
I'll go
me.
get a cup of coffee.
Oh, that bad boy.
They won't let you do it there.
Why not?
They said you can't go out of that Starbucks and go back in and get a refill.
Don't mind never look. I was sitting over there in the corner.
Those of you that are already tuned in, welcome to Occupy San Francisco GA. We're about to start. We're standing by for a couple people to show up.
Let's all go. Me, you, and Matt.
Take this food and take it to outreach and bring new people to Occupy San Francisco. That's the best.
We're doing pre-GA discussion.
Wait a minute, Richard's here.
We should be. We get a great story. It's a winner.
Yay. I guess there's no food. So you want me to go with this?
So we're going to take it down to the GA. I mean, to the Bradley Manning.
No, they're going to do it.
No, we're going to do it here.
Is there going to be groceries?
Discussion was, how is everybody feeling about the occupation so far, the reoccupation? Pretty good? We're hanging in there pretty good. We only had, we're persevering, but we only had hassles for the first couple nights. Ever since then, it's been Jay.
Whatever.
Are you talking about reoccupying here?
We're still getting woken up every couple hours.
Today is day 8 of Reoccupy San Francisco.
We're still here, and we'll slowly build it up the way we did before, and we'll expand and go somewhere else.
Mic check, I can't hear.
Does anybody have anything to respond to this issue?
Just windfall today. Art Hazelwood, the guy that's doing the poster for the April 1st thing and did the Zapatista Day of the Dead poster for Occupy Oakland. He made a bunch of posters up for Occupy. It's, very generic. We are the 99%. We're against greed and corruption. But they're big, bright, and we have them just for hanging on the walls around here. Okay, they're on too heavy a stock to wheat paste on anything around here, but if we had some packing tape or something, they'd go up good on these posts. So I'm just thinking of color, it's like make it flash.
5 minutes is up. Do we want to, that sounds like also an announcement, so do we want to move right into announcements, like from there? Do you want to take a stack? Would you take a stack of announcements? Cool. Yeah, if you have an announcement tonight, would you raise your hand and David can put you on the stack?
I have a report back. I got a report back. We're doing a report back today.
Report back's next, yeah.
Anyone besides Richard and B?
I have an announcement if you want to put me on staff.
Okay, Richard. Thank you.
Yeah, she's over.
So speaking about what I just said, I've got an email here from William Gregg Moore, who is in the YMCA. So what I did was I walked the Tenderloin a couple days ago, and everybody that looked like they were anybody, I went in and talked to them about getting an Occupy presentation. So a bunch of them worked. So I got this one that says, "Hi Richard, what a wonderful," so I offered about food, and we'll come talk to all the members, and there's a seniors lunch at 12 o'clock on Friday and 5 o'clock every day. We have an opportunity to talk to the members of the YMCA. So he says, "Hi Richard, what a wonderful offer. An informational presentation and a meal. My apologies for the delay in getting in contacting you. I just returned last night from an enjoyable vacation in Orlando. Our senior program Friday lunch is, of course, each Friday from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30. We have 15 to 20 in attendance. So yes. The YMCA's on board. The Boys and Girls Club, because that's two I ran into. Tenderloin Health. We have 3 hotels we can present at any time. Yeah, and a whole group of people. I couldn't get it. So we got it. So I just put under the label of Feed the Tenderloin, make it simple. So we got this Occupy San Francisco outreach opportunity to present to these people. And it's this afternoon at 1 o'clock. Frank and the architect guy and and Ben Hansel from Outreach, we met and talked about ways to do these presentations. This is really important, guys. If you want to help, Outreach 7 o'clock Wednesdays, or just come talk to me. We got to get new faces. We need new blood to make the movement go forward, so we can stop all the hassles, like the hassles between the campers and OSF and Occupy Wall Street and all this crap. If we get moving, nobody will have time to bitch. What a novel idea. We'll actually have to get together and work together because we got too much work. So this is a great idea, I think, and anybody wants to help, please feel free in joining. So we need people to represent Occupy San Francisco to the neighborhoods. I think it's the bottom line. So, well, we're cranking them up. The outreach meeting is at Wednesday on 7th. It's on the calendar.
And
Right.
YMCA thing would be for the
YMCA, we'd go there, we'd take food, while they're eating, porking out on the delicious food, we'll be
11?
flapping.
11 or 5.
But we have both. We got seniors at 12, 11:30 on Fridays, and we have the rest of the YMCA membership during the week. So it's ours to blow, or ours to make great. So we have a choice. We can go in and do a great job. So we need people to represent the differentiation of Occupy San Francisco to make this successful. Because one of the founders of Nations of Change said, you can't win the day with protests, marches, and demonstrations. It will not do it. You have to have a multi-level campaign, and that's what will win the day for you. And that's what we got to do. So I'm working my butt off in this outreach to get new people on board, so we get new ideas and a bigger movement and become more successful.
Sparkly direct response.
Okay, Freeman, Sullivan, I got your comment.
Stands for. At the same time, while we're busy feeding the rest of the city, we need to figure out how we're going to feed our ground troops here. Has that issue been discussed?
Well, I mean, this wasn't food tonight. It doesn't mean there's not food tomorrow.
I know that, brother. I know that, but
And I'll get it if it's there.
Let's consider it.
B. Oh, I'm sorry. You got a direct response.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, it was to him. I live across the street from that YMCA. I'm a member. I'm into public speaking. I have some background in it. I can't make Wednesday nights. I'm on the mailing list, so whatevs.
If you're on the outreach committee, you'll get, we're going to try to make sure there's a lot of communication.
Yeah, but I
because,
can't make Wednesday nights.
right, but
very
if you're on the
often.
outreach committee mailing listserv, you'll get, we're going to write as much up as possible so everybody knows about
Anyway,
it.
I'm a member. That's it.
You're a member of outreach?
And of the YMCA.
And outreach, though?
Yes.
All right, okay, good.
I mean, I consider myself.
Hey, quick, it just came to my mind right now.
B, you're next on staff.
I'm available for illustration if you need.
Hey, man.
This afternoon. That was really good.
Quick announcement. It's been requested by someone in the General Assembly that people don't smoke tobacco too close because they want to participate in the GA and it's bothering them. So
Or
please just come
anything.
back after you're done.
Or anything.
And B, you're next on stack.
Okay. I wanted to also put out that if you happen to work for a restaurant, a coffee shop, or some kind of eatery or catering firm, to also help and not, put all the burden on Richard and Robin to be providers of the food. Because I know there are people that work for places that provide food. And then the announcement I want to make is tomorrow night at, did she say 6:30?
6:30 is the
Yeah.
filming. 6 o'clock it opens.
Yeah.
Is a film.
A Fierce Green Fire. It's an environmental documentary made by Ruthie and her husband. Ruthie is on our environmental justice working group. So if you want to come and watch that movie, it's going to be showing at Delancey Street. And if anybody needs the address, I'm going to give it to you. Come see me. She didn't actually give it to me. I had to call her again. 6:30?
6:30 is the
6:30.
film.
Yeah.
At the Fillmore?
No, it's at Delancey Street.
Delancey Street.
I think restaurant, right? Should say restaurant? Does anybody know where it is?
There's the Delancey Street Theater.
It's
Oh.
Down by the ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
sure it's not at the theater, Davis?
Delancey Street is a tree
Now I'm not.
There's two places. There's a restaurant and a theater.
Right. But it's operated by a treatment program.
By
Yeah.
a drug program.
I'm gonna get the details.
And the movies is in the drug program, right?
It's at 600
I think it is.
Embarcadero tomorrow, 6 to 7 p.m. 600 Embarcadero near Folsom.
Okay. Thank you.
Who's next on the stack?
Mike. So I just opened a credit union account over at San Francisco Federal Credit Union down the street. I guess it was their first day, and they gave me in the mail a lift ticket to Kirkwood as a award. And I don't ski, so my question is basically if anybody skis.
I have a friend who
wants it.
skis.
All my gear is in Colorado, man. I'd love to go. That sounds like such a good time.
Just see me and like I've got this for someone, you know.
Gratitude.
Yeah.
We should,
Hey, well,
If someone wants it, let me know.
that's awesome.
what about Richard?
Yeah, that'd be great. Richard could use it. That'd be great.
Wish I hadn't left all my ski gear in Colorado.
Does anybody have a suggestion, like for someone that we should show some gratitude
Yeah, I would love to
towards
give
from
it.
the gratitude working group with this?
I would love to give it to Richard if he can use it.
Richard?
Well, we'll ask him when he comes back.
Well, he said he was coming down.
Beth?
I wanted to remind everyone that this Saturday, the 10th, at 3 p.m. is the Occupy International Women's Day March. And it starts at Justin Herman Plaza, Bradley Manning Plaza. And we're going to march throughout the financial district. We're going to stop at some banks, at the Bechtel, different places, and have speakers on a lot of the issues that women face in this country. The main theme is women in leadership and how women don't have enough representation in our government. But we'll also be speaking about environmental issues. It's the anniversary of Fukushima in Japan. The march will end up at Sue Bierman Park. So please spread the word, Twitter, email, let people know about the march, and please come.
3 p.m. Saturday.
Yep.
And before we get to Behrman, we'll stop off at PG&E and Bechtel.
I also add. How many? Who's next?
3 more. After Beth is Nick.
Can we add to Beth's thing real quick?
Absolutely not.
Nikki G is on KPFA tonight talking about the Women's March on Saturday. And she is also asked to talk about women at Occupy and how much political representation, or however we choose to see it, how much participation is welcomed at Occupy for women, and how we can make these spaces more conducive to that, and at least call it to question. So that's what she's going to be talking about on KPFA tonight, in addition to the march on Saturday. So if anyone wants to call in.
What time is your show?
That's at 7, I think. What's next on Nick?
Nick, are you here?
Yeah. Just a brief announcement. Since the first week that we've reoccupied the 101, we have been able to get 2 separate police officers to admit that they have been incorrectly enforcing laws, and they were ordered to do so by people far higher than them in their chain of command.
Wow.
And we got them to do that on camera. And they also said that they're only doing that in this one block area. They've been ordered specifically to illegally enforce laws in this order on occupants alone, which would be the sit-down, lie-down law after 11 p.m. and also the illegal lodging law, which has no bearing at all without a tent.
Do you have those files?
One of them was live streamed. I'm sure you can find it at our live stream site. You can probably get with him.
Was that on mine? I didn't get
The
that.
first one, when we asked him who was illegally ordering you to do this law, and he said the night captain told us to do
I don't think I
this.
was here for that.
Scud, I believe, got the
Scud.
second one
All right.
last night.
Nice.
Didn't you have a video of the officers saying it was the higher-ups that ordered them to...
What are we talking about over here?
How the police admitted that the higher-ups told them to enforce laws improperly right here in this one block area. Yeah, we've got it on on video. I just figured that you would want to know. You paid the head minister.
We should have everyone who has been woken up during the night by the police make a statement, a declaration under the penalty of perjury for Bell's case. So, you should write down what happened on what day, what the police did, and sign it and say under the penalty of perjury, and sign your name and give it to Belle so she can add it to the case.
Oh, the first incident is on Rob's live stream.
Rob has it, okay. This guy here, you're the culprit that has it on file.
As you know, it may only be audio.
It may only be audio?
Actually,
all right.
Actually, if it's that one that you shot that night when I was we downloaded it.
No, this is within the last week.
Oh, okay. All right.
It may only be audio.
Because that one that you shot that
Can I just leave this by you guys?
I'm going to rifle through it.
Huh?
I'm going to rifle through it. I'm going to rifle through it.
You're gonna rifle through it?
Yeah.
There's not much in that bag. Everything that's valuable is in my hand right now.
Jason. Jason?
I'm from San Diego. Occupy San Diego. I'm visiting here in San Francisco, so I wanted to check out Occupy, how it's going down here. Down in San Diego, I'll give you a little update on what's going on. We're planning on spreading out to different neighborhoods. We want to do like neighborhood GAs, and the whole idea is to like spread it out like seeds, have multiple ones all over town. Just an idea of like what we're up to down there. Where is that? In San Diego. San Diego. Yeah. So solidarity.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Navy base.
Hey, Sarah.
I'm with the Occupy Your Vision working groups. We just met. The artist of this beautiful drawing a few minutes ago stepped forward to show the group and was kind of shut down because he had a cigarette in his hand. I don't have a cigarette. I would like you to take a look. This is somebody that's out here in the cold, night after night, and I would really like there to be a little more respect and not just have somebody say, move out of the circle because you've got a cigarette in your hand. People down here smoke. You know what? We're in their bedroom right now, and so I just want to show this beautiful piece of art by the occupier that's out here every night.
A hell of an illustrator.
It is, and so I'm asking people to be sensitive and respectful to who's in this circle and who's being pushed out of the circle. And you know what?
I think David has a direct response there.
Right on. I was so upset.
David.
I respect that, and as long as it's someone's bedroom, I can respect that. When we were in the meeting, a number of us have real lung problems, and I remember back when I came to sleep here in October, I was chased away by the cigarette smoke. It just was so horrible in my lungs, and so I think if we can have the during meetings, the smoke is not here. I think that would be a livable.
Mic check. Mic check.
Can't hear you, David. Okay. Just that a number of us were really chased away by the ever constant. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of us were chased away by the ever constant cigarette smoke back in October and November. There are a number of people who had the OccuCough and pneumonia. I was one of them, and I had real trouble being here because of the cigarette smoke. So I think it's a good rule during meetings, there is no tobacco smoke.
Yeah, I have asthma. Does anyone else have anything to offer towards this?
Yeah.
Maybe a solution for how we could respect both people's right to smoke in the space that they're living in, and a way for there to be a meeting space where people aren't smoking cigarettes during the meeting?
Can we meet the artist of this? Because I believe I know who it is. Was it Matt? Let's go meet him real quick while they discuss this. since we have some viewers. And those of you that are watching,
You know, he walked away disturbed.
Matt,
We caught you on live stream.
you know, Matt,
Caught you on live stream.
I just wanted to show this picture. I saw you doodling earlier, and I didn't know you were going to finish up with this.
He's not a doodler.
And
Do I have it wrong?
yeah, we have a drip going. See? The artist knew which way the picture goes. And I've seen Matt here in camp for months. He's been here, you know, he's always here at 101, and this is something that I wanted to show. This is really what it means to me to be a live streamer or a streaming video person, is to show that there's people on the streets that have talent beyond measure. You wouldn't think by looking at Matt in a gray, you know, I mean, it brings tears to my eyes really to see how good of an artist you are. I mean, that's just fantastic.
Come on, you were about to say how far I've fallen.
How far you've fallen? No, this is this is beautiful, man. It's really a wonderful drawing and really has a lot of detail, and it's very expression. You know, there's a little person here I just noticed in the background, you know, and there's a little person in the background on the cliff, and you know, this is really, you know, what it means to be part of Occupy. This is live. We have a few viewers, and some of them are hopefully rebroadcasting to show your art around the world, you know. And
Occupy your vision.
I'm glad you brought it forward, Sarah. Thank you for showing us that.
Very proud.
You know,
It sounds scary,
And-
but it's not scary.
no,
I'm very proud.
Potentially, what? How many thousands of people are seeing this?
Yes.
I don't know, but it can be. It's recorded to the cloud, and it'll be there.
Forever.
You know, as long as I keep it there, and I'm not going to get rid of it, because that's a great drawing, man. That is just fantastic. I'd like to see some more work. You know, if you want to buy Occupy art, you're going to have to come down here to Occupy San Francisco and buy it yourself. Make your donations to the campers. People like Matt here are rare, and this is a one of a kind. So it's not likely that you would be able to get this anywhere else. And any kind of reprint is just criminal activity, in my opinion. I got to get back over here to the GA, Sarah. Thank you, Matt. That's wonderful. We'll see you later, man. Stay here. Or where are you going?
Mentioned earlier.
All right.
And then on Thursday, some of our people are going to be in court starting at 9 in the morning for what happened on the 28th of January in Oakland, the move-in day. So if people want to go show solidarity, I just wanted to mention that some Occupy SF people will be in court in Oakland at 9 a.m. on Thursday. And the only other future announcement, just to mention real quick, the 16th and 17th is going to be Occupy Monsanto in Davis. It's a 2-day occupation of Monsanto's headquarters in Davis. So if you're interested in that, I can talk to you after the meeting, or I can put you in touch with some people in Davis that are organizing Occupy Monsanto on the 16th and 17th.
There's no, they're also putting it, on the measure. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
Protocol is what they are going to be voting shortly here. We're trying to get a petition going for GMO labels. In California, we require GMO labels to signal video pictures. Which again, of course, Monsanto is doing everything. No videotape by permission, but I'm an attorney. It's just, so I'm not giving my permission for videotaping. No videotaping. Just if you guys just stay aware of it. There are going to be certain provisions.
So the attorney doesn't want to be videotaped, even though there's two of us here. Thank you.
Thank you. I just, this California hotel in Oakland, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
What is going on?
That's Occupy the Food System. It's a Bay Area group that's come together, San Francisco, Berkeley, Oakland, and came together after Occupy Wall Street formed a food justice working group, and then there became like a national coalition of people to occupy the food system. They launched today on the 27th, and some people planted community gardens and had seed exchanges and all these things across the United States. And what they're trying to do is to grow food for us sustainably, and to bring attention to the fact that we currently depend heavily on a food system that gets most of its food from the third world, from oppressed laborers, and we don't know how to grow our own food here. And to call attention to this and start teaching each other and sharing skills and seeds and what we need to start growing food ourselves. So that's kind of what Occupy the Food System is about, in part.
So that's a meeting?
That's a meeting tomorrow at 6 in Oakland at the California Hotel.
And I'm going to put myself on stack. Sunday.
David. Stand up, David.
You have to get pretty low to make it Sunday, Ryan and I and Kristen Mike and a number of people were at the Secret Garden in the Mission, where people were working on the composting, they were planting, they were weeding, and much to my delight, there were 3 curanderos from the Mission who were talking about how they use herbs for healing.
I can't hear you.
And I shared some of my herbal knowledge and
Hey, David, would you use the mic check?
yeah, I'm sorry. Mic check.
Mic check.
Sunday in the Mission
Sunday in the Mission
at the Secret Garden.
at the Secret Garden.
A number of people from OccupyEarth101
Number of people from OccupyEarth
were working on the compost, weeding, planting.
working on the compost, weeding, planting.
There are about 20 people there, maybe.
There are about 20 people there, maybe.
About 6 from Occupy.
About 6 from Occupy.
And there were 3 curanderos from the Mission
And there were 3 curanderos from the Mission.
talking about how they use herbs for healing.
Talking about how they use herbs for healing.
And it's going to be an ongoing thing. Do you know when the next one is?
Yeah, the next meeting for this will be at 2 o'clock, not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday at the Secret Garden in the Mission. And we showed each other some herbs and plants this time. Next time, we really hope to have somebody or a few people who can teach us how to make tinctures or maybe even to extract essential oils from plants. So if people know how to take plants and turn them into medicine, that's kind of the next thing we're going to explore. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday, 2 p.m., Secret Garden in the Mission.
Where is it?
It's on.
It's about, it's between 23rd and 24th on Harrison Street. And some of you know where I live, and it's 3 doors down from me. If you don't know where I live, you don't know nothing. And let me just say the obvious. In a capitalist system where healthcare comes to people who can pay, doing your own medicine with plants just has all the force of historic logic to it. Cheaper in health and effective.
Also, besides plants, I know that ancient Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine. Mic check!
Mic check!
Ancient Chinese medicine.
Ancient Chinese medicine.
And also Ayurvedic medicine.
And Ayurvedic
Medicine from India.
From India.
From India.
Teaches us how to use food.
Teaches us how to use food.
And yoga.
And
To
yoga.
heal our bodies.
To heal our bodies.
We do not need their chemicals.
We do not use their chemicals.
Or their drugs.
Or their drugs.
We can heal ourselves.
We can heal ourselves.
Teach each other very soon.
Teach each other very soon.
Very soon. Thank you. That's all I had to say.
No one else is on stack, Ryan.
Great. Do we want to move into, okay, first, before we go into working group report backs, is there any other announcements of like an event coming up or an action? Do we want to go into working group report backs? I got a report back. Okay, cool. David, you want to start? Okay, we're going to start the stack for working group report backs. If you have a report back, raise your hand and David will put you on the stack.
Hey, I know where those came from. Those are from Sacramento.
The missiles.
They're pencils.
The giant pencil.
Let's check this out. We got signatures on these things.
A third of the missile.
Those were pencils, weren't they?
Yes, they were also dubbed missiles.
In Sacramento?
Yes, I'll actually turn it around. Hold on.
Representing Occupy Education.
Hold on.
There we go. A few of us marched down on the 99-mile march.
On the 99-mile march.
I won't name names,
I won't name names,
because that's not what I do.
that's not what I do.
Occupy San Francisco.
Occupy San Francisco.
Occupy Oakland.
Occupy Oakland.
Occupy Berkeley.
Occupy Berkeley.
Occupy UC Davis.
Occupy UC Davis.
Occupy Vacaville.
Occupy Vacaville.
And I don't know how many more.
CCSF.
They're part of San Francisco.
They're part of
San Francisco.
There was a successful event.
There was a successful event.
We had
We had
a lot of teach-ins.
a lot of teach-ins.
We didn't have
We didn't have
tear gas and batons.
tear gas or batons.
Somebody
Somebody
still got arrested
still got arrested
for sprinkling flowers
for sprinkling flowers.
the next day.
The next day.
Thank you.
You didn't mention half the other shit that went down, boy.
Alright. So, I was at a joint meeting between, between Occupy, RAP, and the Coalition on Homelessness and Homes Not Jails today regarding the April 1st action. We need dancers, alright? People that want to be in a flash mob, get in touch with me, or I'll give you people to get in touch with. Alright?
so
Good.
excited.
Alright. Red t-shirts, okay? We're going to be dressing people up like the ambassadors in Union Square, alright? And we're going to have them arrest the people that are portraying the board of directors of the Business Improvement District for the theft of public land. Alright? Oh geez, what else can we report back on this? I don't know where people well, the event is going to happen 2 p.m. April 1st in Union Square. The next what? An April Fool's joke. No fooling. No fooling. Okay, what's the the next planning meeting for it is next Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. at the Redstone and Theater. One thing that I want to bring up is we haven't really solidified any kind of plan as far as what Occupy is going to do to support this. So, it's like, I know that we can't really make decisions about direct actions here in GA, but we can certainly, bring it up for a discussion item later on if there's enough time. Because you know what I want to do on April 1st, and it involves Bradley Manning Plaza.
I'd like to add something.
And it rhymes with knee bridge.
Historically, April 1st was called All Fools Day. And it was a day when the rich became the poor and the poor became the rich. Kings were in the streets, the beggars, the vagabonds, the poor, dressed up as the rich people, as the aristocrats, and there was a topsy-turvy. I believe that that's kind of a quid pro quo that was worked out. As the rich took power, they allowed one day when they wouldn't be the powerful. So April 1st has a history that isn't a joke, but is in fact a righting of wrongs of class differentiation. When Gerald Winstanley, the digger, took a number of people to the commons in England to dig in the common land, to establish common land as a place where food would be grown for everyone, he chose April 1st to do it on. Most historians mention April 1st, they don't comment on the significance of that. Let's reclaim April 1st as All Fools Day.
I'm qualified.
When again is the next planning meeting for that?
The next planning meeting is next Tuesday at 3:30 in the Lunacy Theater in the Redstone Building, 2940 16th Street.
And the event is 2 p.m.
2 p.m. on April 1st in Union Square.
Okay, Redstone Building.
Can I be on that committee? The topsy-turvy committee? No, I want to. We can make costumes.
No, I blocked that.
And everybody watch The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Esmeralda, the topsy-turvy song. Okay? It is about revolution and about what we're doing now. Spirit from a French teacher. Watch it, Disney.
You're Esmeralda, though.
I am Esmeralda. And they better watch out. Because I'm going to unleash that hellfire stuff. I don't think SFPD is going to like it.
Okay, B was next.
History.
I wanted to give more information about the march to
Yeah.
Sacramento because the main reason for the march was originally it came out of a working group called Confronting Political Power, which I am a part, which also merged with Labor Solidarity, and through Labor Solidarity we involved the unions. There were 5 demands that the students demanded. Actually 40 demands were submitted, but we voted on it by tally marks, and the top 5 was the ones that they were going to demand of the legislature.
Or do a mic check.
Louder or mic check?
5 demands?
Yes.
5 demands.
Okay, the first is pass the millionaire's tax.
Pass the millionaire's tax.
The second is cancel all student debts.
Cancel all student debts.
The third is democratize UC Regents Board of Trustees.
Democratize UC Regents Board of Trustees.
The fourth is fully fund all education.
Fully fund all education.
The fifth is amend Proposition 13.
Amend Proposition 13.
Move to a split roll tax.
Move to a split roll tax.
And wait, one more thing.
Right on, B.
And I snuck this banner in. They would not let us carry sticks or stakes into the building because they said they could be used as weapons. But I took the stakes off and I folded this and I stuck it in and I held it out in the rotunda and not a single cop made me remove it.
Yeah.
Because I stood away from the railing.
What a beautiful kid.
Good girl, yes.
Yeah.
Smart lady, hard bag, yeah. Hold up.
Okay, Nick.
All right. Reporting from the CRAB working group. We're going to be closing from the 11th to the 14th because a group of us are going out to Santa Cruz to help save several acres of land. So we're going to be clearing. But what I'd like to do is ask for volunteers in the time before there in the 11th that would possibly be willing to work all night with the CRAB working group in order to help fund this excursion to Santa Cruz. Thank you.
All right, Mike.
So if you
All
like
right,
catching crabs.
perfect segue as far as the crab volunteers go. Sovereign Council report back is this. We went and we did a really good survey on the land out there. That is, we took inventories of the material that was already in place and the things that needed to be moved. Essentially, and this isn't going to nutshell it for everybody, we need 10 to 25 volunteers by March 11th through the 16th. We will be back by the Monsanto action on the 17th. Hold on, I'm getting to that part. There are 68 vehicles to repair, move, and destroy. Approximately 3 miles of roads and trails to be cleared. Tenting is okay, fires are okay. We need to bring food, EBT cards, and camping gear. Be prepared to work. Jobs are mostly trash and salvage. Preparation to make more room for teams of occupiers. So these 68 vehicles do not have to be cleared in a little tiny amount of time. We have time, but we only have about 30 days to take some new pictures. We're in a before and after mode. Second thing, Bellstar finished the injunction. It was a very deliberate and tedious legal process. She's waiting on the arrestees, Derek, and a couple other people to submit the rest of their information. The reoccupation here at the Federal Reserve Building is doing fine. Kudos to everyone, especially Nick, for being forward-thinking and being a very strong emotive force for what we're trying to do here. Everyone is doing a fantastic job, and I love you all. Basically, kudos all. Snack Bar Mike's been picking it up. Rich is doing great. Everything is fine. Yesterday, we did a direct action at Wells Fargo for Mike. He was being screwed over by the bank, and we went in there and corrected the situation by employing Scud Attack and direct action threat postures from the Occupy movement. Mission accomplished. The day before that, we did a similar thing at Starbucks. Didn't work out so well. I personally got kicked out. I think all my friends are still allowed.
No, they're not.
No?
Delta's no longer allowed.
Well, he screwed it up himself.
They yelled at
But over a pack of sugar, we had a direct action at Starbucks in the middle of the night. We drove away about 6 customers. It worked. It was a great success.
But you're not allowed at Starbucks.
But I'm not allowed there. I don't like them anyways. Look, I'm still going, you guys. As far as the JP Morgan heist medallion submissions, we are still accepting submissions for that. Please, everybody, draw something on a napkin. Raul has submitted a very nice design. Copper has a beautiful thing. Scott, we've got about...
Maybe we could get Matt to submit something. He's excellent.
Designing the medallion for the JP Morgan heist.
We need something to go on a medallion.
Right. We also need volunteers.
Something to represent
for...
Occupy.
Show me what you got.
Okay,
Sampled so far.
We don't have
afterwards
anything.
We'll
we got
do
a
that.
silver dollar. It needs to be filled with a picture on it.
Essentially.
Make a picture for a silver dollar that represents Occupy.
I need content for the camping newsletter. It's, it's going to be a protest site-oriented newsletter that will keep everybody who doesn't have access to computers up to date with what's going on. So that's a field-oriented communication that will be very cool. We also, Rob, Bell, and I, and Andy, a gentleman named Anley, attended a regional conference of Occupies. Derek had named off some of the cities that were represented. We aired our concerns. This will strengthen ties if we continue pushing a bi-monthly or bi-weekly program with them. Occupiers were well represented.
Where was that?
That was in Sacramento. We were unable to make it to the Capitol. We went to this other thing instead, and it was cool. I got a lot of contacts. So I guess that's about it.
What was it called? Or is it?
It was called the Occupy Sacramento Strategy Forum. Our reoccupation is a success. We already got like May Day and April 1st covered, I think.
Real
Yeah,
quick,
I think that's
before we
a
go
wrap.
on, people are welcome to speak however they like. Try to speak loud enough. Use the mic check. Someone had suggested, in regard to the cigarette smoking thing, that if we were using mic check or using an amplified sound, that people would be able to hear from over there and they wouldn't have to smoke so close, and also that people across the street would be able to hear. I just want to mention it. Other people have also mentioned to me in the past that they are partially deaf and that mic check really helps them to hear. So if people want to use that, go ahead. Yeah,
I have a direct response. We now have radio transmitters, and if people would just bring radios, like boom boxes down, we could have amplified sound. We have mics and radio transmitters. All we gotta do is bring radios. So bring your radios. And we can have amplification.
That sounds cool.
We also had on Thursday Occupy the State Building through the Education Action. We had a teach-in with over 75 people in the lobby of the State Building with 4 or 5 different teachers teaching on subjects ranging from the California budget to Martin Luther King and jazz. And a few of us decided to stay and occupy the State Building until they met our demands. So they cited us and detained us for a few minutes, and we were released. It was fun.
I'll continue a report back that Deebs and B started about the Occupy education in Sacramento. People occupied the State Building, the Capitol Building till about 7:30, I think 6:20. There was a dispersal order, and shortly after that, police started making arrests. So at least 40 people stayed in the Capitol building yesterday until after it closed and were arrested voluntarily instead of leaving when the police asked. 72 people arrested. Does anybody know if they're out yet?
Yeah.
They're all out?
Three, according to KPFA, 3 are still in custody.
Oh, really?
1 with a knife, and I forget what the 2 others were.
The one that was arrested for the switchblade was actually arrested outside along with 3 other people. The ones that were arrested on the inside got cited, released, and cited and released at West Sac at a Walmart. This is the NCS with cocaine. He sent a Twitter feed, the Twitter message out last night.
What happened at Walmart?
The CHP, after citing and releasing them, took them over to West Sac and dropped them off in a Walmart.
What?
And then they went to have dinner.
Conspiracy of capitalism.
Yeah, ACLU was doing legal observers,
The ACLU is doing legal observance.
and they provided vans to bring everybody back to Sacramento.
To bring everyone back to Sacramento.
So the ACLU was great.
Yes.
ACLU was great.
But anyway, there was a General Assembly in the Capitol building yesterday from like 1 or 2 o'clock till 6:30, 7.
About 8 o'clock is when they started actually arresting people.
Started with hundreds of people. People tried to come up with demands to list from the state and also like action proposals. It was really actually a very clear image of the problem with our government because there was a General Assembly trying to happen with the facilitation team in the rotunda in the center, and then most people were either in the hallway to the right or the hallway to the left using a 3-way mic check to communicate, but there were police lines separating the people in the rotunda from the other 2 sides on both sides. So there was a real lack of being able to communicate between most people who were on the hallway sides and the facilitation team in the center. And it really demonstrated not only the problem with the government that we use now, but also how we're starting to mimic it when we do things like use a 70% modified consensus like they were attempting to do the other day. So I think there's a lot that can be improved, but it was really inspiring. And I think that next time if we get our process figured out, we could actually successfully occupy the Capitol building and many other government buildings to create a government of the people like it's supposed to be. To watch that many people assemble yesterday was really inspiring. And I think we could have kept that building if we'd done it right.
So I was there also. So basically what happened was we tried to have this huge General Assembly. We were in 3 different rooms and all these different, and we tried to agree on a certain number of proposals. First we had to agree on the number, we agreed on 5, and then there were 40 proposals. We had this whole complicated voting process with multiple mic checks. But we did come up with the 5 demands finally at the end of it that she read, and I personally think they were good ones. So it was very chaotic, and but I think, at the end of the day it worked, pretty much. Sort of.
Reed is next.
Who?
Reed.
What's your name?
Reed. One of the coolest things that happened, I don't think it needs mic check. One of the coolest things that happened, that I saw anyway, was there was about a 30-minute civil disobedience training that was conducted from the rotunda, with police lining the rotunda and then more protesters on either side of the rotunda. So to watch a civil disobedience take place with police surrounded by protesters while it was going down was pretty cool.
I actually want to report back from the outside. When the inside started calling for more people, they actually kind of blocked off people from going in, and then they started pushing people out from between the horses. After that, from the right-hand side, from the south side, they started marching the CHP and riot gear in. A little bit after that, they gave a dispersal order. They decided after a while that a couple people that a lot of people decided to go around to the north side. There were still a couple of our occupiers, 3 plus me and a couple of media and ACLU legal observers. On the west side, I chose to disobey that dispersal order and sit down with my back to them, being, you know, ballsy as I am, and they just still stood there. The CHP officers not really doing anything, just blocking the entrance to get in. After a while, I think it was like after 2 hours, I decided I had sad enough and got up and went about my business. But I sat there for a good 2 hours and had a good amount of pictures. But that's besides the point. It's the fact that there was still 3 lines of officers for a good small amount of people.
Clarifying question?
Just a question. You mentioned the process. Was it pre-decided, the process, or was it voted on, or was it discussed, or?
I think there was a facilitation team who's been organizing with Occupy Education for a few months or a month, and that they decided what the agenda and how the facilitation process would work prior to the actual people assembling. So either there's, in my opinion, there's either need for more involvement in that before an event, or to actually come up with and check the process by consensus at the assembly, because the people that are assembling at that moment are really the people that should be creating the form of organization, not the people that planned it.
They didn't offer that as a discussion item or a consensus?
I might have come a minute late, but I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
Is there any more report backs?
I also went around to the different offices of my state assembly people. Like Fiona Ma represents San Francisco, and I wanted to know what her staff was doing to cut the rise in public education. And I know the Democrats are all going to vote yes on AB 1500 and 1501. They want to slash tuition costs by 2/3. So it's not really one of the demands that the students made, but it is a big help, I think. And I said, what is needed to make it pass? And they said they just need 2 more Republican votes. So if you guys know people who are in districts where their assemblyman is on that committee or is, you know,